Hey, welcome back, class. Today I am going to talk to you about object complements. See, just as we have subject complements, we also have object complements. And an object complement is not going to complement the subject, right? The object complement, is going to complement an object. What object? The direct object. Okay, so we need a direct object in order to have an object complement. There are cases in which we have object complements for other kinds of objects. For example, for objects of prepositions, objects of gerunds, objects of infinitives. But I am not going to discuss this because that would be to ask too much of you guys. I would end up confusing you, and that would be a lot of work for you, and my point is not to complicate things right now, right? So we'll say that an object complement occurs only if we have a direct object, and an object complement is going to do two things. Just like the subject complement renames and describes the subject, an object complement is going to rename or describe, you got it, the direct object, right? Now, to locate an object complement, we need to ask the question what. Again with the question what, right? And where do we put the question what? We put it right after the direct object. Right after the direct object, you're going to ask the question what. And if you get an answer, then you say you have an object complement. But more than the question, I want you to focus on what this phrase or this word after the direct object is doing. That's the whole point. It's not really the question, it's that you need to observe if this word or phrase after the direct object is renaming it or if it is describing it. That's the whole point, okay? Because I'll be honest, sometimes the question what might fall a little short depending on the object complement that we have. Now, okay, so remember, if you don't have a direct object, you cannot have an object complement. And besides, in order to have an object complement, you also need a specific verb. We have a very short list of verbs that allow us to have object complements. Some of these verbs are make, appoint, call, name, think, and find. And we have a few more, and you can check the lesson if you desire. In the lesson, you will find like 2 or 3 more verbs. There are not many verbs that allow us to have object complements. So, two requisites right now. You need to have a direct object, and you need to have one of these specific verbs. Now, let's check the examples. I find the house terrifying. I find the house terrifying. I find what? The house. That is a direct object. Now, I have the verb, and I have the direct object, and now I have to ask the question what? I find the house what? Terrifying. And more than that, what I tell you is, see if this word or if this phrase is actually describing or renaming the direct object. You see, it is describing the direct object. The house is terrifying, so it is describing it. You can see that it's describing it. Another example. They appointed me secretary. They appointed me secretary. They appointed who? Me, right? They appointed me what? Secretary. Now I ask you, who is the secretary? Me. So what is secretary doing? Renaming the direct object. See? It is not so hard as it seems, right? Now, this is important. Do I always find an object complement if I have the right verb and if I have the direct object? Do I have by force an object complement? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. For example, if I say this, I found the house very easily. I found the house very easily. Very easily is not complementing the house. Very easily is referring to how the action was done. How did you find the place? Very easily. It's not talking about the place per se. It's talking about the verb. It's talking about the action. So that adverb is modifying, of course, the verb. Besides, an adverb does not modify a noun, right? We know that adverbs do not modify nouns. So I want you to remember this. And I guess that's all for this video. In the next video, I will talk to you about some special cases that we encounter when we do sentence analysis. Also, I will share with you some example sentences so that you can see how these analyses are done. Okay, so until then, guys, bye bye.